Hello, ladies. This is Kelsey L. I am a love coach to thousands of women around the world who are looking for lasting, healthy, true love. And today we are going to talk about the 5 simple secrets that our savvy, smart, professional corporate women know to get into the most incredible, happy relationships of their lives. So I'm not going to waste any of your time here. We're going to dive right in. If you feel like you've tried everything and nothing has worked, and you've been on this dating journey, an online dating journey for years, some of you even decades, don't worry. We're going to go through everything you need to know to make big changes. So who this is for, I don't want to waste anyone's time. I work with corporate professional women who have been in the workplace for years. They've achieved a lot in their lives. They know how to get what they want. They're smart, they're savvy, but prioritizing their love life was not something they necessarily did. And now that they're back in the dating scene, whether it's after a divorce or after a long run of an amazing career, they're really looking to do it the right way, and they are stuck. If you have figured it all out in life, you have the great home, you go on great trips, you have a great social life, but love is a missing piece, this is definitely for you. And if you're ready for real partnership, a real man who can love you and wants to be in a relationship and actually wants to let you, feel like a woman for the first time in a long time, this is for you. So we are going to talk about the secrets happily in love women know. And it's your turn, ladies. So once you learn the method, I've been teaching my ladies for over 15 years now. It is going to be so simple. You are going to see very quick changes. You're going to experience unshakable self-confidence online, offline. Dating is just going to become fun and easy. You're no longer going to have that confusion. You're going to feel like you can just magnetize any man that you want, high quality men, and invite them into your amazing life. So years of dating frustration will be gone, and you will be in a loving relationship that is actually real and lasting. We're going to uncover the mistakes you're making online and offline, because I know a lot of you are, and we're going to share how to show up in your fierce feminine, powerful, empowered, but also soft and flirty. A lot of you have been in the boardroom for a really long time, and now taking it onto a date or into the bedroom, it feels a little strange, a little confusing. So we're going to talk about that. If any of you ladies have been on a first date, you thought it went really well and the guy never called back, we are going to explore that. You're going to discover how to invite a quality man in who is ready to give you that adoration, and how to just absolutely repel the bad guys. So, have you ever thought, goodness, I'm smart, I'm attractive, I'm successful, I'm kind, I have a big heart, my life looks great on paper. Why can't I meet or keep a man? All the guys online are duds. They all have fish pictures and, no education. And I am sick of this. If you think I'm ready to stop handling everything by myself, I just want to take a seat next to a strong, loving man who can plan things. My husband planned our whole honeymoon. He plans our dates and our adventures. And I'm a strong woman, but I love being able to let him do that dirty work, not to mention hanging pictures and doing a lot of the guy things. So if you want a partner to do life with, you can have that, ladies. Feelings of jealousy. How many of you have felt frustrated when one of your friends posts a picture that she just got engaged or she's in a great relationship on Facebook, and it's like, why am I still single? Am I intimidating? Am I doing this wrong? Am I not attractive enough? Am I not good enough? What is wrong with me? If you are having any of those feelings, you're not alone. I, uh, I know a lot of you have asked me, gosh, how can I partner with someone who I am really in love with? And a lot of you have not felt in love the way you should in a really long time. And some of you not ever. You married really young, and it wasn't really the love that you expected it to be. Now you want to really be in that deep love, traveling together, doing life together, growing together. If you think I spend a lot of time focusing on my career and my friends and shopping and eating because really you don't have anything else to do, it may actually be that you're distracting yourself from the priority of actually getting him. So we do need to look at that. And if you ever think I don't ever want to settle again for non-committal men and friends with benefits, a lot of you have been in relationship after relationship that went nowhere and you're done repeating those patterns, stick around. Thousands of women I have helped experience this at one point. And once they learned how to become the CEO, really in charge of their love life, they let go of the loneliness and the confusion. And they finally just found their partner. And it was a lot more simple than they made it out to be. So the real problem is that you just don't know how to date in these modern times. There's every app out there. There's all of the stuff that we're supposed to do, why men love bitches and all of these games. The truth is, it's not about games and it's not about what app you should be on. Once you learn the secrets, you will be pursued by the greatest men. You will be loved by a partner who wants to, give you adoration, who gives you butterflies and that safe feeling. And your needs will finally be met by a man who is just so incredibly loving, who rolls over next to you in the morning and says, "Good morning, babe. You look beautiful. And I can't wait to share, the day with you." Maybe on a weekend, you guys have an amazing cup of coffee and breakfast together. I know one of my clients recently met the most incredible man, and he's cooking breakfast for her, and he just can't believe that he's so lucky to have found her. Really, she can't believe she's so lucky to have found him. But how would that feel to just know that you are seen and heard and truly loved? Throughout your day, you're getting sweet little messages, nothing over the top, nothing cheesy, just amazing love from a man who is in it for the real deal. And he really wants to have a partner. So who I am and why I get to even tell you any of this, I'm Kelsey L. I am the lasting love coach for the savviest, most professional women around the world. I have a lot of high profile clients who are looking for a life of love, but they're really scared of online dating. They're scared of becoming too visible. 98% of the women that I help create fairy tale love, not just settling, not just a man, but fairy tale love in less than 6 months. And many of the women that I work with start to find amazing men within weeks. One of my ladies went on Match.com and within one day met the love of her life. This is a woman who had been on every site, tried everything for years, and nothing was working. What changed? Well, I'll get to that in our shifts here. And a little bit about my love story. I've been with my husband for 12 years, helping him run his dermatology business. We've been married for 6.5 years, enjoying our little boy. And we're both just passionate about creating healing and health and love. We love going on hikes and traveling and just this simple life. And it wasn't easy at first though, ladies. Even though I've studied relationships for the last 20 years and I've helped thousands of women get through struggle, I struggled myself. I dated a lot of men who weren't ready for commitment. They wanted friends with benefits. They ghosted me. And it feels terrible. So once you actually follow a plan, you will understand the simplicity of love. So what is the secret? Let's go ahead and dive in. Ladies, get your journal, get a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, and let's go. Love secret number 1. Create your love marketing plan. So those of you who are in business, those of you who are entrepreneurs, you would never, ever, ever start anything without a business plan. If you're in marketing and sales, you have a plan, you have goals. If you don't have a love marketing plan, you are missing a big piece to the puzzle here. And the sad truth is that most men and women online will give up before they hit gold. So we have to establish your empowered stance online. And we have to really sell you in a way that is over the top. You have no idea how many women I ask, okay, let me see your profile. And their profile is very, very, very sad. And these are smart women, but you think about in a sea of competition, you think of an actor coming to Hollywood, they're not going to get seen unless they have that je ne sais quoi. We have to do the same thing with you ladies. It doesn't mean you have to be the most beautiful or the skinniest or any of those things, the youngest. Men prefer older women these days too. So what the thing is you get to choose the man and then let him pursue you. So if you're being passive about online dating, and remember, it doesn't matter what site you're on, there are a million great sites. Now, granted, I do have my recommendations for my women once I get to know them and their needs, but for the most part, there's nothing that you need to necessarily know as far as which site do I need to be on. The truth is, you need to stop being so passive on the sites, and you have to stop expecting divine timing. So my husband and I are religious. We understand that there is, obviously, there's a path for us. But at the same time, we needed to put ourselves out there and strategize in order to even find each other. If you're sitting at home behind a computer, just half-assing online dating, this isn't going to work. And you need to really take intelligent action. So this could be really hard to look in the mirror and make a choice. When we make a choice, we are deciding that we're going to do something different this time. And if what you've been doing hasn't been working for the last few years, you need to do something different. And that is create a specific love marketing plan, brand yourself, market yourself, and really strategize both your online and offline efforts, and then become visible the right way. A lot of women these days are putting their sexting and they're doing cleavage shots. That's not the right way, ladies. But it's also not the right way to be invisible and to not brag about yourself. So there's a very specific way to get to a man's heart. So we have to step out of fear and get into your fierce, fearless feminine. It is the most important thing we can do. So ladies, if you can't honestly say you are in your fierce, fearless feminine, you're on a 10 out of 10 every single day. It's all about your thoughts, your actions, and your beliefs. So if you ever have a thought like, oh, I think maybe I should go to a psychic and try to figure this out that way, or maybe I need to lose weight first, or maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe I'll pursue the man because he's not chasing me, or he didn't text me 10 times in a row, so maybe I'll still text him. These are all thoughts and actions that are actually going to get you nowhere. But if our thoughts are in a very specific mindset, and we know that we can choose the best man and we know how to do it, then our actions will follow. And the belief that you can choose the best man and he will actually be available, he will be single and he'll be ready for love, is so very important. And then you get to show up. So that's love secret number 2. Showing up in life is the hardest thing to do. I'm sure you ladies know when you showed up for your MBA, or you showed up to get that doctorate or an extra certification, it was tough, but it was because you were passionate about what the end goal was. So we have to show up even if we don't want to, even if we're feeling like I'd rather sit on the couch and not do anything on a Friday night, even though you're lonely and frustrated about it. We can show up in a new way. So how do you show up? Well, a lot of you ladies will show up, but you show up in a way that is not going to get the quality guy. It's going to get the scammers, or it's going to get the guys who are not of your status. So maybe they're not going to match your morals, your mission in life, your purpose, your religious beliefs, your political beliefs. So we have to understand how we show up as everything. And then ask yourselves, do you ever feel needy, like you need a man, or you need to make a change because you're unhappy. If you feel needy, we can actually shift that feeling into something more empowered. But a needy feeling is going to show. So if you go out with your girlfriends to a really great restaurant and you have any bit of need to meet a man that night, we all know what happens. You won't meet a man. So we need to change a lot of our beliefs and our thoughts in order to change our actions, and then in order to change our destiny. Are you defensive? Have you been through a lot of men who are really, really bad people? Do you blame, online dating is bad, or it's my age, or there are just no good men who are available? If you find yourself saying that throughout the day, we need to shift that, because you're not going to find a man with any of those beliefs. Do you flirt? A lot of my women say, Kelsey, I'm too busy to flirt, or no, I can't even remember the last time I flirted, or I think I might be a good flirt. Once they realize, well, actually they could do better. So much of this is being playful, ladies. I have a client from years ago, and she's a doctor in the NICU. So she saves babies' lives all day long. And she said, Kelsey, I don't have time to flirt. I'm too busy saving babies' lives. When I got her into the flirtatious mode, she met her man online in 2 weeks. And it was just that easy. So ask yourselves, have you ever been hurt? Well, of course you have. We all have been hurt. But are you taking that story with you? And if you're taking that story with you into the next guy, or even the present moment, we need to make a shift. Are you controlling? A lot of my ladies say, yes, Kelsey, I'm type A. I try to control the dates. I try to control how we're going to text, how everything's going to go. If you can learn to be controlling at work, but let go of that in your social and dating life, you are going to be a really, really, really happily in love woman. And doing this is a lot harder than you may think. So we can't just say, oh, I'm just going to change my patterns. You've been living in this human suit for how many years now? How many seconds? It's really tough to change our beliefs and how we operate, but we can shift it very easily if we have a strategy around it. And do you ever find yourself expecting the worst? So if he doesn't text one day, you think, oh my God, he's met someone else. Just that thought alone, or just that belief, is going to actually sabotage the relationship. So if you find yourself meeting a lot of men, but then it just never goes anywhere, sabotage is a big part of this, ladies. And the truth is, your life is a mirror. So if you're living in any sort of stress or negativity around love, dating, relationships, this will not allow your potential to shine, and you will not be showing up in your absolute most gorgeous self. Do you let good men in? I have a amazing client who is an amazing man. He's very, very successful. He is very kind. He's very cute and fit and adventurous and fun. And he couldn't get a girl to save his life for 1 full year. Well, he was showing up wrong. But at the same time, when he would finally let a girl in, and he dated age appropriate women. So he's 60, and he dated, or I think at the time he was 56, he dated around the same age women. And he said, Kelsey, they don't even give me the time of day. They are so bitchy to me. So think about it. Are you allowing great men in? And then how do you communicate and connect? If you're communicating and connecting based on any sort of negative experience and belief and thought, you are sabotaging it before it even begins. So my client Haley did just that. She became absolutely magnetic. She was divorced. She was online for years. She called me and she said, Kelsey, this is ridiculous. I am not magnetizing anyone but absolute duds. And I need to know what's going on. It must be the site I'm on. I said, Haley, it's not the site you're on. It was mindset, and it was how she was showing up and communicating. Literally within 9 months, she was engaged and is now happily married. So ladies, it can happen for you. Everything changed. She met her guy on online, and nothing changed except for the way she showed up. So love secret number 3. Gosh, we're going through such good info. I hope you ladies are keeping up. Trust. How many of you trust yourselves completely when it comes to online dating and first dates and navigating the first 3 dates or even the first 3 months? Not many, because it's hard. How many of you trust him, the guy, and you truly expect the best from him, the guy that you meet online, the guy you go on a first date with? So a lot of this comes down to your picker. If you find that you keep meeting the same type of guy, narcissist, guy who doesn't really want a commitment, the guy who flakes on you, the guy who's not adventurous, the guy who's not successful, it may be actually your picker that is a little off, that we need to, just kind of rebalance, recalibrate your picker. And if you trust yourself that you can choose a great man and you won't diminish your light because of fear or past trauma, oh my goodness, everything changes in a minute. So if you have any fear, any past trauma, a lot of women I work with say, you know what, Kelsey, I've just kind of like thought on this. I haven't taken any action because I'm scared. So be honest, look in the mirror. Are you scared? If you are, we have to show up in the most empowered state. We've got to get rid of the fear. Again, really hard to do alone. If you want to lure him into that tango and then let him lead and be the man and you feel like the woman, we get to choose him, but we still get to be soft about it and feminine. And that is the best way to get our man. So you've got to own your value, period. Showing up sexy, confident, but not so over the top. Like I said, we don't want any sexting. We don't want you diminishing your needs. We don't want you worrying. It should feel fun to date. It should feel exciting to fall in love. And a lot of you ladies are really, really nervous about how this should feel, how it should go. How do you lead? Do you have sex on the first date? Do you demand he do things, or do you just be more passive? Again, you can be passive in your efforts as far as letting him lead, but you can't be passive when it comes to dating and having a partnership. So we need to lead the right way. And we really have to create a new neural pathway. Again, you've been in this brain for so long that if you find yourself stagnating, well, there's a reason for that, because you just don't know how to move forward. And stagnating is so painful. If we are not growing every day, if we're not moving forward, if we're moving in a backward direction, that's why you feel so frustrated and lonely. So we just have to create a new neural pathway to get you into this leadership role that's still feminine and soft and flirty. And stop listening to your ego, ladies. A lot of you ladies are so accomplished and high performing, and you do listen to your ego in the workplace. Or, hey, if you want to go buy that car or buy that great house, that's ego, and that's fine. But a lot of times we have to just stop that and say, look, I need to do some things first before I get to the next level. And that's not necessarily the way to go. So if you're putting off getting the man of your dreams, because I know you ladies you want your man, you want your partner, you want to stop worrying, you want to feel butterflies again. We all know when we're in love, our world is a million times better. Food tastes better. The sky looks bluer. The flowers look more colorful. Everything is in technicolor. Everything is wonderful. We start losing weight. Everything falls into place. So if you're saying, oh, you know what, I need to do some things first. I need to lose weight first. I need to go take that self-love course first. That's not how this works. It's the other way around. We need to work on that while we are on our journey to finding our man. And if any of you are feeling that there's not an abundance of single quality men out there, we're on the wrong path. So where do you fall on this scarcity abundance level? If you feel like, there are just not that many great men, well, one, you're wrong. And two, we just have to find them in a new way. So my client did just that. She married the love of her life. She went through one of my programs, and then she went to one of my retreats, my Glow Power retreat. And I remember at the retreat, she was starting to get into this fierce feminine. This is a woman who goes to, school for her psychology education. She's going to become a psychologist. I believe she already is at this point. And I remember we were at the retreat, and she said, "Kelsey, are you going to teach us how to flirt?" And I said, "Of course I am." And I remember she went to the bathroom, and we were out at this fire pit, and it was just really beautiful, a beautiful resort. And it just so happened there was a conference with a bunch of really cute attorneys in at the bar area. So she came back from the bathroom, and then I went to the bathroom. When I went to the bathroom, I saw the abundance of men, and I went, "Oh my goodness, there are so many cute men here." And I quickly came back and I asked her, "Did you flirt when you were on your way to the bathroom?" And she said, "No." What should I have done? So we did a whole tutorial on this. And by the second night, all of the women were flirting with these cute lawyers. Well, funny enough, this woman actually ended up marrying a lawyer, but not when she met that night, and also her best friend. And she said, "Kelsey, it really is that simple. When you get into the right state and when you find him, everything falls into place." She's over the moon happy. And another one of my ladies, she took action. She used her superpower, flirtation. She met her guy at the gym. This is a woman who is in her late 50s and never married. And she really, really struggled with men online. She struggled, getting guys to kind of stick around. This is a beautiful woman, a very, very beautiful executive woman. And she's smart, but she finally said, "Okay, there must be something I'm missing here." And we figured it out really quick, me and my coach on my team. And there you go. She actually walked up to this really cute guy. Turns out he's emotionally intelligent, spiritually intelligent. He is intelligent. He's a professional, and she's over the moon happy. He did not take her out immediately, though, ladies. So she had to work some magic over the course of a couple months in order to get on that first date. That is fierce feminine. So my client Karen, an educator in New York, just a gorgeous woman. She was divorced, very, very, very disheartened by online dating. She actually was getting a lot of dates. She was going on 2 dates a week, but the dates none of them were quality men. And she finally met her guy. We made a lot of changes, and she finally met her guy, the man of her dreams. She did not settle at all. She's over the moon happy, and I couldn't be happier for her. So ladies, just when you think that your ship has sailed, and I mean, this is a woman who said she woke up every morning panicked that she thought she was going to be alone forever. And she is now in, as she calls it, sweet, sweet bliss. So love secret number 4, we are getting closer. I have a really, really exciting next few lessons for you. So this is all about juicy connection. When you meet a man online, when you meet a man offline, when you go on a first date, and even when you're married, you've got to know how to keep the juicy connection alive and going. So when was your last true loving relationship? If any of you ladies can say never, you're not alone. If any of you ladies can say, gosh, it was a long time ago, or it was one of those really quick fleeting relationships, it may mean that the connection piece was missing. So what does that mean? Well, there are 3 pillars of love. There's physical chemistry, of course, and that's what most women think of. I can go out, I can look beautiful, and boom, I'll meet my man. And a lot of women tell me, "I don't know what's going on. I'm beautiful. I'm attractive. I'm fit. Why can't I meet my guy?" Because physical chemistry is only it's the smallest percentage of what is really, really required to get into a great relationship. Next is intellectual attraction. So you can, share an amazing conversation over an amazing, dinner date, and you could be vibing on all levels, politically, religious values, beliefs, all of the things. And you're able to really talk the talk. And then you wonder why the guy didn't call you. Well, there may not have been physical chemistry, but most likely there was an emotional connection. Now, emotional connection is the most important. And this is where most women, especially the women I work with, fail. And because, we use kind of sex and flirtation and this physical chemistry, and then we use intellectual attraction because we're kind of in our heads a little bit too much and we're not really in our hearts. What we don't use enough is emotional connection, and that is the way to get the guy, ladies. So it's a little hard to explain in a session like this, but what I typically look at with my ladies is, what is it that you actually want, and who is it that is going to be your absolute dream partner, and then what is it that's really standing in your way of connecting. And we're also able, as we emotionally connect, we can emotionally connect to strangers. We can emotionally connect to children, to best friends, to random strangers who become friends. So if you ladies feel like, oh, wow, I haven't really made a good close friend in a long time, that's even emotional connection. If you're emotionally connecting with your puppy, but not a lot of others, we need to look at that. You're probably intellectually connecting with a lot of your colleagues, but the emotional connection. So if you're not getting guys to just be ooey gooey, like in love with you, who wants to see you every minute, who, texts you throughout the day, can't wait to plan travel adventures with you 6 months from now, so he's really in it. uh, there's something missing, and it is so incredibly important. So if you feel like you're one of those ladies who can't get past that third date or the third month, emotional connection is what's actually missing. And that's a number one thing to focus on over intellectual and physical connection. I'd actually rather you ladies not be able to talk, so you would have no intellectual attraction whatsoever, but you would have the emotional. So going back to that, if you watch a silent film, you know exactly what's going on. You can feel it. You can cry. If you go to the ballet or the opera and it's in Italian, and have any of you just cried because you felt something, that's emotional connection. So one of my ladies actually did just this. She let go. She stopped going to the psychic. She stopped saying, oh, Kelsey, I think I'm just going to figure it out by, going to my psychic, and I'm going to do some self-love work. And she finally got to work and did this the right way. And she figured out a lot of it was emotional connection. So she was going on a lot of dates. None of them were really kind of turning into anything. And then boom, she figured it out. She connected with her man, and she is over the moon in love. My client Anne did the exact same. She actually came to me. She's a doctor in London, and she's gorgeous. And she came to me and she said, Kelsey, there are no good men. She had been with a man who treated her badly. And she said, now I'm online and there are just disgusting men online. No one matches me or is even close to my level. And I don't believe that there is hope for me. And I said, just give me a few weeks. Let's work some magic together. Well, now she says, Kelsey, I still believe in your magic. Years later, she ended up first actually noticing some things were changing. She started noticing great men coming out of the woodwork online. She was on the same sites. She was doing everything somewhat the same. Her profile wasn't that different, but her magnetic energy was completely different. Her beliefs were completely different, and her flirty nature and playfulness was different. So she showed up in a whole new way. She went out. She said, oh my God, Kelsey, I have a date with the Swedish guy next weekend. And then the next weekend I have this Italian guy. And she had all this fun. All the dates were fun, but they didn't really lead. They weren't the ones. And then a few weeks later, her therapist said, you no longer need therapy. And she said, wow, I think some of this magic is working. And then I remember a few weeks later, she got promoted to director of her hospital. She said, wow, I think it's the magic. And then she walked into the hospital one day, and one of her colleagues who she had known asked her out for dinner. And that was magnetism, ladies. She was ready, and he was ready for her. They are still together. She's blissfully in love. And it wasn't easy work, but it was the most empowering work of her life. So it's all about taking control, being the CEO of your own love life. I have women who literally have just figured it out within weeks, within days, going on amazing dates. Oh my gosh, did you have a wonderful night? Yes, he's very nice. And then this woman actually went on, I think it was like 14 dates in 2.5 weeks with the same guy, and now they're boyfriend and girlfriend. Another woman, she's just going on so many dates. I have a woman in London who opened up her match after we changed her magnetism. Most of it was mindset, ladies, and a lot of it was her approach. She opened up her match profile. She had 68 messages from high quality men, and she's now dating the love of her life, and actually someone who she dreamed about even when she was younger, because he reminds her of the actor in Grease 2, and she always was in love with him. And I said, "You go, girl. I love him too." So anyway, so many great dates, so much fun, so many beautiful relationships are happening to women who are taking control of their love lives. So the final love secret is, and this is really what you need to win, is investing in yourself. A lot of times we think, oh, should I really put money towards, myself? It seems a little selfish, especially for those of you who have children. But if you're stuck and you're researching and you're doctor Googling, which by the way, my husband hates because I do this all the time. Here I'm married to a doctor and I'm like Googling, why do I have, a rash on my foot? And he's like, what are you doing, Kelsey? You can ask me. Ladies, if you find yourself Googling, how do I do online dating, or why did the guy not text? No, 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 no. And if you're doing a bunch of self-love courses, or even just a bunch of like self-study courses, that is not enough either. You really need a push. You need someone to help you make a real change, and you need someone to show you the blind spots, a real strategy, a real dating strategy in these modern times. And, the amount of time, energy, and money that you invested into your education, your career, your personal trainer, your kids' college, your kitchens, your cars, your vacations. Put that towards your dating life and just watch it explode into greatness. A lot of you ladies get stuck in feelings of guilt and shame about even needing help. You think you should be able to do this on your own. You think, gosh, I'm smart. I've been able to figure everything out. Why can't I do this? And you feel shameful that you're even in this position. A lot of you have, children, and you're not sure how to navigate love with children. A lot of you feel shameful that you weren't able to make your first marriage work, or that your picker is off. So we need to cut any of those feelings and move through them into the high vibe energy. And make sure you choose a mentor who can actually help you. Someone who has done it herself. She's been there. She's done it for others and knows all of the pitfalls. So if you want to get into a relationship this year, it does take strategy. It takes a lot more than just, kind of reading books and checking out podcasts. And it really takes a breakthrough. And it takes a like-minded group of peers. How many of you ladies have a great group of friends? Maybe you have a mother or a sister that kind of gives you advice, but come on, let's get real. They don't really know how to navigate modern dating. You need more than just information. You need transformation. And when we have a like-minded group of peers to be on this journey with us, it really is so incredible. I have so many of my women who become lifelong friends with the other women in Glow Power, because it's so exciting to be on this journey with other smart, intelligent, powerful women. And, look, top professionals and thought leaders all have mentors. So if you're still stuck, you can't rely on just hope that someday it's all going to work out. You need someone to actually move you through this. I recently got a plan for kind of changing my body composition. And oh my goodness, you guys, my energy is through the roof. My body looks 100 times different. I feel on top of the world. And it really took having someone guide me, because if I would follow the keto diet, the low calorie diet, the vegan diet, you name it, I'm gonna fail. But if I just follow one strategy and have someone keep me accountable and give me exactly what to do each day, I'm going to win. And that's exactly what I did. So you could spend 10 years trying to figure it out and still not get there, which a lot of my ladies do, by the way. They come to me after being online for 10 years and finally things shift within weeks. So find a coach who didn't just, come onto the scene yesterday because she got married, but someone who really knows her stuff, someone who has studied this forever, someone who understands your vision and who you vibe with. So she can teach you and you actually have fun on the journey. So again, so many of my women, I mean, I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these stories, married, moved in together, engaged, over the moon, in a great relationship. And my women will say all day long, if I ask, like, was it worth it? Oh my gosh, yes. Invest in yourself. Working with Kelsey, attending her retreat was transformational. One of my ladies said, spend your money on you now. I'm in the absolute best place of my life and have more money as well. I have women losing weight just by working with me, and we don't even work on that as a priority. I have women who are glowing up. They are just getting the glow. They know how to walk into a room and just have that it factor. They are getting promotions. They are getting job changes. They are traveling. They're doing life and having so much fun. Even during the pandemic, I had more marriages and amazing things happen for my women than you could imagine. So flowers coming to work, just so much. It's so much fun, ladies. So one of my ladies said now she needs a spreadsheet to keep track of all of her suitors. And now she's in the most amazing relationship. One of my ladies moved in with her guy after a really bad relationship. So ladies, if you are overthinking this, it's much more simple. It's really a simple decision. Do you want love? And if you want it, you can have it. Absolutely. So you have a choice. You can look at these shifts that I gave you and say, wow, this was really good information. I really like Kelsey. This was all very good. I'm feeling inspired. But the truth is there's more to it. So if you are sick of being, single and alone, and you really want to determine what it is that is holding you back from love, we need to look at this deeper and say, okay, I want a strong man. I want a healthy man. I want a man to do life with. Why am I not able to get there? There are some things missing in the way that I'm showing up. There are some things missing in the way I'm communicating and emotionally connecting. There are some things missing with my online strategy and my profile. If you are stuck feeling like, gosh, my job is my consolation prize because I kill it in my career, and maybe I'm just destined to be really successful and that's it. Or maybe I'll just go find love, in 10 years when it just comes to me and I shouldn't have to work that hard at it. Ladies, no, if you want love, you do have to do a little bit of work. If you're stuck in any sort of discomfort, feeling passive, why me, or you're busy, you're keeping yourself really busy. Oh, I have work to do. I don't have time for this. We need to make a new strategy. We need to prioritize this. If you choose intimacy, if you choose to have someone who loves you, you choose to have the relationship of your dreams and be like, the hundreds of women who changed their lives overnight, it's time to stop fearing the what ifs and just dive in. And I know it can feel scary, but it really does take that leap of faith. So if that is your choice and you're ready for this, ladies, how I can help is I've set aside time in the next 48 hours to speak to you personally. Nothing lights me up more than to share the love and allow women around the world find the best, most fairy tale love of their lives. So again, do not schedule this call if you are not ready to really be effective and successful in love. This is for you if you are prioritizing this. This is, you're committed to yourself that you're going to prioritize this. You are finally going to be effective in love, just like you are at work, just like you are, as a parent, just like you are in the creating amazing vacations and social events. And if you're ready for high quality men to start noticing you online and offline and live a life that is just love, it's just simple, it's easy. Traveling with your honey, feeling over the moon. Yeah, of course you're going to get into a fight or two, but that's love. But really overall, just having a man, cook for you and say, hey babe, what do you want to do today? Or planning adventures. Let's do this, ladies. Now, this call is not for you if you're looking for a quick fix or you're just looking to gather information. I am a big stickler on gathering information. I don't believe it creates any transformation whatsoever. Maybe you're struggling with a recent bankruptcy, or you're still in the midst of a divorce, or you're dealing with a really major health struggle, or you're living paycheck to paycheck. Focus on those things first. Love should come when you're absolutely ready to start diving into this and you feel like, look, I've got it all together and I don't know why I can't make this one piece happen. That's what I'm here for. All of you ladies should start seeing huge results within just a few weeks as far as meeting new quality men and getting yourself out there and starting to feel happier on this journey and meeting the love of your life. Like I said, 98% of my women meet the love of their lives within the first 6 months. I have a woman who booked a call just like I'm offering now. She had a massive breakthrough on the call, and she actually realized how much was holding her back. She realized she wasn't magnetizing the right men. She didn't know how to flirt. She didn't know how to put her best foot forward online. She didn't know really how to emotionally connect with these great men. And once she did this, ladies, it was such a quick turnaround and I saw it happening. So it was like week 1, a huge shift, week 2, a huge shift. By week 3, she was meeting the most incredible men. She was dating 2 men at one time. And then she said, uh-oh, Kelsey, I need to figure out now how to navigate this. She was a high profile woman. She was really scared about getting online in the first place, getting online in a way, being really visible, showing up, being vulnerable with men. And once she did, and this is a woman who had a rough road with a previous divorce and previous very bad relationships. She was not ready to trust herself and another man. Once she did, and she made these changes, she chose her man, and she is so over the moon happy. She's even made career changes. And this woman honestly says she didn't know how to do 90% of the things that I coached her on. And a lot of this is we don't know what we don't know. So again, ladies, if you are feeling this pull that it is your time to find this wonderful man who's just going to scoop you up and take you on an amazing journey, and you're going to be a power partnership together, and you're going to grow together and do life with, and he's just going to see you and hear you, and you're going to have amazing intimacy and just an amazing, beautiful friendship. This is for you, ladies. I can't wait to share my time with you. Get on my calendar again. Spaces fill up very, very quickly. So go ahead, find a spot, fill out your application, and I will see you there. Much, much love to you, ladies.